Good evening and welcome to Parliament News. I'm Amritpal Singh. Let's take a look at what transpired on day one of the winter session. Well, the Parliament winter session started on a stormy note on Monday as opposition members disrupted its proceedings over the farmers' issue, forcing a washout, but not before the government the government tabled a bill to repeal the three farm laws, with the House passing it with a voice vote. The bill to repeal the three contentious agricultural laws against which the farmers have been protesting for over a year was passed within minutes of its introduction by the Lok Sabha without discussion. Soon after, the House reassembled at noon after a brief adjournment. Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar introduced the Farm Laws Repeal Bill 2021, through which the government wants to scrap the three laws which were passed by the Parliament in September last year. The three laws were brought in with an objective to bring reforms in the agriculture sector, especially marketing of the farm produce. The opposition came to the well of the House demanding a debate on the bill and raised slogans and banners. Speaker Om Birla said he was ready to allow discussion on the bill provided that the protesting MPs go back to their seats and there is order in the House. He said if members wish to debate, he was ready to allow the debate when there is order in the House. But if they come to the well, then how can there be a debate? He said, asking members to take their seats. Birla said the discussion is not possible when MPs were standing in the well holding their placards. However, opposition did not pay heed to the Speaker's appeal and continued their protests. Congress leader in the House, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, said that the bill is listed for consideration and passage, and then why is there no discussion? He accused the government of taking the House for a ride. As the turmoil continued, the Speaker took a voice vote and declared the bill passed. Subsequently, he adjourned the House till 2 p.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced on November 19 that the three farm legislations will be repealed. The three laws are the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act, the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Act, the Essential Commodities Amendment Act. The TRS, the DMK and TMC were present in the well during the passage of the bill. TRS MPs were holding placards demanding a uniform procurement policy and a national food grain procurement policy. DMK and TMC MPs entered the well demanding discussion on repeal of the three farm laws. The MPs from the Congress, the NCP, the BSP and the IUML were protesting while standing at their respective seats. Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Dharmendra Pradhan, Smriti Irani, Bhupinder Yadav, Ashwini Vaishnav and a host of other ministers were present in the House. Congress President Sonia Gandhi, SP leader Mulayam Singh Yadav, National Conference's Farooq Abdullah were among those who were present in the House. While addressing the nation, Modi said that the centre could not convince the protesting farmers about the benefits of these laws and urged them to end their protest. The repeal of these three legislations has been one of the key demands of around 40 farmer unions protesting against these reforms for nearly a year now at various Delhi border points. These laws, which under suspension following a Supreme Court order in January this year, had triggered widespread protests by thousands of farmers, mainly from Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh, at the Delhi borders. After the initial two adjournments, the House met again at 2 p.m. but adjourned for the day as opposition members continued with their protests, raising slogans and holding placards demanding justice for the farmers. Rajendra Agarwal, who was chairing the proceedings, requested members to allow the House to function but later adjourned it till Tuesday morning. The House could not take up the question hour amid protests by opposition members. On his arrival in the House, Prime Minister Modi was greeted by members of the BJP with thumping of desks and Bharat Mata Ki Jai slogan. Members of the opposition raised the Jai Kisan slogan. And let's take a look at what transpired in the Rajya Sabha today. The proceedings of the Rajya Sabha on the opening day of the winter session of Parliament began on a stormy note, with the opposition raising noisy slogans. Proceedings of the Rajya Sabha on the opening day of the winter session began with Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu introducing to the members the new Secretary General of Rajya Sabha, P.C. Modi. This was followed by oath of affirmation to the newly elected and re-elected members. Chairman Venkaiah Naidu administered the oath to Rajni Patil of the Congress, M. Mohammad Abdullah, Rajesh Kumar, Dr. Kanimoi, NVN Somu of the DMK, and Luizino Falerio of the All India Trinamool Congress. While Rajni Patel took oath in Marathi, M. Mohammad Abdullah, Rajesh Kumar and Dr. Kanimoi and NVN Somu of the DMK took oath in Tamil. After the oath of affirmation to members, the chairman read obituary reference to sitting members Oscar Fernandez and former members K.B. Shanappa, Chandan Mitra, Hari Singh Nalwa, Monica Das and Abani Roy. In his obituary reference to Oscar Fernandez, the chairman said that Mr. Oscar Fernandez served as a member of this house representing the state of Karnataka for 4 terms, that's from April 1998 to April 2004. From July 2004 to July 2010 and from July 10 to July 16 and from July 16 till his sad demise. He also served as the chairman of the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Human Resource Development from August 2009 to June 2013. In the passing away of Mr. Oscar Fernandez, the country has lost a multi-talented personality, a dedicated social worker, and able administrator and a distinguished parliamentarian, the chairman said. Condoling the death of K.B. Shanappa, the chairman said a social worker with Mr. Shanappa worked assiduously for the welfare of the workers and led many workers' struggles championing their rights. K.B. Shanappa served as a member of the upper house representing the state of Karnataka from April 2006 to April 2012. In the passing away of Mr. K.M. B. Shanappa, K.B. Shanappa, the country has lost a champion of rights of workers and can be able parliamentarian, the chairman said. In the obituary reference to Chandan Mitra, the chairman said Dr. Chandan Mitra served as a nominated member of this house from August 2003 to August 2009 as a member representing the state of Madhya Pradesh from June 21 to June 2016. He also served as a chairman of the Parliament Standing Committee on Commerce. In the passing away of Dr. Chandan Mitra, the country has lost a veteran journalist and an able parliamentarian. That's what the chairman said. The House observed silence in memory of departed members. As a mark of respect to the sitting member Oscar Fernandez, Chairman Naidu adjourned the House for 1 hour till 20 hours. When the House reassembled at 20 minutes past 12 noon, the chairman, welcoming the members to the 255th session of the Rajya Sabha, hoped that on the 75th anniversary of Indian independence, the members will work in keeping with the momentous occasion. Lamenting the fact that 70% of the time the parliament during the monsoon session was lost due to disruptions, the chairman hoped that the members work in a constructive manner during the present session, unlike the forgettable monsoon session. Talking about the working, if the department-led Parliamentary Standing Committee of the Rajya Sabha chairman noted with satisfaction that Parliamentary Standing Committees of Rajya Sabha met for 39 hours 33 minutes. He also called on the members not to lower their guard against the menace of coronavirus. And the Vice President complimented health workers in Anganwadis and other frontline workers in their efforts to curb the virus. He urged the members to ensure that everyone in their constituencies follow COVID-19 protocol. The chairman said that the seating in the House has been designed in keeping with the COVID-19 protocols. Thereafter, the chairman called for laying of the papers as he took up the question hour. Several members of the opposition were on their feet raising slogans or raising issues relating to the farm laws. Chairman Naidu said that he had not accepted adjournment by notices by opposition members on various issues. The members protested on the issue. However, Mr. Naidu said that the decision of the chair is final. Amid the noise and proceeded with the question hour. However, with the noisy scenes continuing, the chairman adjourned the House till 2 p.m. the Narendra Singh Tomar moved the consideration for Farm Laws Repeal Bill 2021. Speaking on the bill, leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha Mallikarjun Kharge said that the government had to give in to the demands of the farmers after an agitation of 1 year and 3 months. He said for the last year the farmers and the opposition has been demanding a repeal of the farm laws, but the government failed to heed to their demands. He said that the government's intransigence impacted the outcome of the Delhi government a recent election in which the country forced the government to have a rethink. The remarks of Kharge were met with protests from the Treasury benches. A verbal clash ensued between the opposition and the Treasury benches. Amid the noisy scenes, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said that the government had tried to convince farmers about the efficacy of the farm laws. However, after failing to convince some sections of farmers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Gurupurab announced a repeal of the farm laws. He suggested that since there is unanimity among the government and the opposition on the repeal of the bills, he said the bills can be passed without discussion. Amid demand by opposition for a discussion on the Farm Laws Repeal Bill, the Deputy Chairman Harivansh called on the Minister to move the bill passage. Amid noisy scenes and protests from opposition, Tomar moved the bill for the passage. Amid noisy scenes, the Farm Laws Repeal Bill was passed by voice vote. The Farm Laws Repeal Bill 2021 is aimed at repealing the 3 farm laws, that is the Farmers Agreement on Price Assurance and the Farmers Agreement Farm Services Act 2020, the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Act the 2020 and the Essential Commodities Act. Amendment Act 2020 and the amending the Essential Commodities Act of 1955. The bill was necessitated after Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that the government's intention to repeal the 3 laws in view of the ongoing farmer protest against these laws on November 19th. The Union Cabinet last year cleared the draft of the bill. With the bill already passed in Lok Sabha this morning, it has now got the assessment of the Parliament. Amid opposition protests, Deputy Chairman Harivansh also adjourned the House for 30 minutes till 2:38, and when they met the assembled, it met again. It was adjourned for 30 minutes till 3 o'clock and 9 minutes in the afternoon. And when the House reassembled at 15:09 hours or 9 minutes past 3 p.m., the Deputy Chairman called on Parliamentary Affairs Mr. Prahlad Joshi to make a statement. Prahlad Joshi said that 12 MPs from the opposition have been suspended for the rest of the session of winter session of Rajya Sabha for creating ruckus in the House on the last day of the monsoon session. These include MPs from Congress or India Trinamool Congress, Congress, CPI, CPI-M and the Shiv Sena. The minister said that Ella Maram Karim from CPI-M, Phulo Devi Netam, Chaya Verma, R. Bora, Rajmani Patel, Syed Nasir Hussain and Akhilesh Prasad Singh from the Congress, Binay Varman from the CPI, Dora Sen and Shanta Shetty from the All India Trinamool Congress. Priyanka Chaturvedi and Anil Desai from the Shiv Sena have been suspended for remaining a part of the counter-terrorism session and due to their behavior on the last day of the monsoon session. Thereafter, the Deputy Chairman adjourned the House for the day. And that's it then in Parliament News. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.